At first you might think bridge piers are simply built straight up from the riverbed, but in reality the water is diverted first. It sounds impossible, but the clever you drive a circle of piles into the riverbed, tightly arranged wooden stakes, forming a temporary cofferdam. Then you pump out the water inside, creating a space that is dry and easy for construction. To keep the wooden piles stable, you hammer them deep into the riverbed until they reach the hard rock layer. But there is still one problem: water can leak through the gaps between the wooden piles. So you build a second ring outside. Between the two rings you fill the space with clay and mortar. Once the mortar dries and hardens, the structure will stop leaking. At this moment the outside water pushes inward with pressure, while the water inside balances that pressure. But when the inside water is pumped out completely, the cofferdam could collapse instantly. So you add several wooden braces to support the structure. Then the water is pumped out again, and the mud inside is cleared away. The foundation is filled with gravel and mortar. After it dries and solidifies, the bridge pier can be built above. Stones are stacked layer by layer, with lime mortar filling the gaps, forming a solid unified structure. Then you remove the temporary cofferdam. When the tide rises, boats transport massive stone beams between the bridge piers. As the water level slowly falls, the beams settle perfectly in place. This method is called the floating beam technique. Flat stone slabs are placed on top, creating a smooth bridge deck. Guardrails are built along both sides to keep pedestrians safe. Then a covered corridor is built above to protect travelers from wind and rain. And just like that, you have invented the covered bridge. But too many piers would block passing boats. So when building the second bridge, you first build a wooden frame in the river. On the frame you construct a giant arch, spanning from one bank to the other. Each stone block must fit perfectly, without the slightest gap. Only then, after removing the wooden frame, can the arch stand on its own, using its structural strength to support the heavy bridge above. However, during high tide, the bridge body could block the water flow, so drainage openings must be carved, allowing floodwater to pass through. With this you create the single arch covered bridge. It greatly improves boat traffic, but on wider rivers, building a single arch becomes extremely difficult. If the arch is too high, it is hard to cross. If it is too low, it cannot bear enough weight. So the clever you combine both methods, integrating piers and arches together. The span appears smaller, but the load-bearing strength becomes stronger. With such an excellent structure, the bridge itself becomes grand and magnificent. At the same time, two flood openings are reserved. The upstream side of the piers is shaped into sharp water cutting edges, letting water flow smoothly to both sides, reducing the impact on the bridge. Finally, two carefully carved guardian beasts are placed on the bridge, and just like that you create the Anchuan covered bridge, located in Chengdu, Sichuan, with origins dating back to the Yuan dynasty.